Oi oi everyone, no respawns here. Hope you're having a grand start to the week. So in this video I'm going to show you how to put this rather fetching looking longhouse together. Pretty pleased with how this turned out. This is my V2 or 3 of my longhouse. My last one was made just from the basic wood elements. If you watched the last video you would have seen it. But I'm pretty pleased with how it's turned out. So I've used a lot of wood and also stone, kind of merging the two textures together to make something which I think looks pretty damn satisfying. What I wanted to do was I spent a couple of hours kind of designing this, and now I'm going to tear it down off camera, obviously, and then kind of show you how I build it from the ground up. Those of you who are keen on kind of replicating exactly what I did can obviously follow the video through, and those of you who just want a few inspirational ideas can sort of just have a look at this tour, really, then switch off, because that's all you really need. I'm pretty pleased with it. It is a little bit barren on the decoration right now, but that's just because a lot of the decorative elements kind of take a lot more later game resources. And to be utterly frank, this is more about a construction video rather than kind of making things look all packed and busy on inside. Anyway, let me tear this down and then get right to the building. One mo. Right, so I've torn everything down. As you can see, I've left just the very lowest layer down, mainly for conscious of time, but also because you pretty straightforward what I've done here. I've put stone foundations down at the bottom, and then I've just walled it off around the perimeter like this, and then also added wooden poles to kind of act as a support. You don't actually need to support it like this. This is purely just adding texture for the sake of adding texture. I also left the torches up so I can actually see if it starts getting dark. Right, let's begin. So I'm quite excited. It was a little bit painful, I'm not going to lie, tearing this beautiful thing down. However, it will not take me too long to build it back up again. The eagle-eyed among you will notice that I'm actually using an Xbox controller. I don't normally build with one. However, for the sake of not having your ears be full of clacking noises, of me constantly just clicking away on my keyboard, I decided that maybe it would be a good idea to use an Xbox controller. You will occasionally see me forget the controls, because the Xbox controller isn't unintuitive, but it's not as easy as the mouse and keyboard. I'll probably also make this look a little bit different than the one I just showed you, just because I'm probably going to forget stuff. Now, there's going to be a little bit of asymmetry. I'll have to make a pattern at the back, which, to be fair, I might have just not noticed before. I'm actually probably doing it this way, because I make sure I get it exactly right. Otherwise, yeah, see what I'm doing? Punished by my hubris, was I? You can do it at the front, you can't do it at this part. So yeah, I do thoroughly enjoy the kind of building function in Valheim, but one thing I do dislike about it, and it's more of a pain when you're doing a lot of stuff really fast, is the fact that stamina is an issue with building. It's like, really? I mean, really? I get that it's part of the continuing feature of the game, and to be fair, it is an early access. They might change it out, but yeah, devs, if you're watching, please get rid of stamina in regards to building. It just involves me just standing there. It makes sense with fighting. It's a little bit obnoxious when you're trying to build. Also, the durability of the hammer, if that could be like twice. Although I'll still complain, to be honest. These are very minor things, and it just involves me wandering over the workbench and going, fine. Fine. So as you can see, I'm kind of breaking up the stone a little bit. You can make any pattern that you like. See, I'm making something kind of relatively simple. Some people make some obviously quite complex designs. I'm making something pretty straightforward. Ooh, oh, hello. I've turned it around. But I highly recommend breaking up the rocks like this. Just because, to be honest, like, even though the game has got a really strong art style, textures like stone do maybe draw attention to the fact that, it's quite, oopsie, quite low poly. So if I just do that, and that, there we go. Hypothetically, I had to restart the entire video when I forgot about this part. There we go. Otherwise, you try and do it all the way around from one side to the other, and it's completely not right. Okay. You will hear me occasionally switch back to my keyboard, just because it's easier for me to pick up stuff from boxes. Right, okay. So, what's next? More wood? Really? I mean, really? I don't actually have... Because I've been playing the game. I've just defeated the second boss. So I don't have anything in the way of... Well, I've just unlocked iron, basically. So I'm not as far as I could be. The big thing is that... what's something called? That little trinket, that's the word I'm thinking of. That actually increases your carry weight, which would be incredibly handy. But when I went to the guy, I was about 200 monies off, so I didn't pick it up. I'm going to quickly do this, then we will sleep. One thing you're probably going to notice is, compared to other building games, especially like, you know, this notable one for the channel is Fallout 76, is how long building takes in this. Not to say it's bad, it's just, it takes a while, doesn't it? And it does. I'm going to constantly look over at the clock there. I'm going to try and do this as fast as possible. Oh, I've fallen down a hole. Brilliant. Thanks, dear. For fuck's sake. That's me forgetting the controls, by the way. Bizarrely, it's not A to place things. As you can see in the corner, it's the trigger. And that's just not right. I'm pretty sure I can change the controls somewhere. I just have never bothered because I don't use a keyboard other than, sorry, controller other than to do these videos. Or to do silent tours. Yes, I will pick up that rogue wood, don't you worry. Voila. Voila. Right, okay, I'm going to sleep, and then we will continue on in the morn. Right, good morning. So I did also add, while the sun was coming up, I did add some vertical poles just there. Again, conscious of time. Oh, I missed one, actually. Literally just one. There we go, just like that. Conscious of time. So, right, let's start doing the aloof bits now. So this should be where we start getting a little bit more fancier and fun, which will be cool. I highly, highly recommend Reddit for kind of inspiration, by the way. Like I said, it's really good to kind of get you started off with, even if you're not, like, completely, you know, you're not copying what someone's doing. Same with what you're doing now. It gives you an idea of what works. I think that's the better way of wording it. Oh, hammer broke. God damn it. See what I mean? See what I mean? I hate stupid fucking hammer. Stupid hammer. I hate you so much. Anyway, where were we? Before we were rudely broken by my hammer. Like I said, for example, that portal over there is inspired by, you know, a pretty popular post on Reddit, but obviously doesn't actually look the same. I've just sort of gone, okay, I like that concept. I'm going to sort of do my own thing. I know what I do. I'm going this way, aren't I? Weirdly, I find building with the controller... Oh, that's bright, sorry. Oh, good lord. I find building with the controller in this game less intuitive than, say, building a controller with something like Fallout, which is just interesting. Interesting to me, at least. Mildly interesting. One thing I do like with this, recommend, is slightly varying the shapes of the roofs. So you don't always have to use the, you know, what is it, the 30 something or 20, I think it's 25 degree angle, I'll check in a sec. But merging that with this 45 degree is actually quite nice. What is it? It's this one. Where is it? 26 degrees apparently. That was close enough. Because it just makes for a quite nice effect. Makes the roof look a little bit more organic, which is always grand, I feel. Oh god, that sun is right in the worst place. You can use, and I'm deliberately not because I'm just assuming people won't want to use debug mode, but you could use debug mode to basically just fly around, and it would make placing some of these bits a little bit easier. But again, I was kind of trying to assume that you weren't doing that. I do that in my tours, but that's about the only time. Right now we have to use my keyboard because it's a bit easier. And we're going to have to build some stairs because I have to get up. Again, this is where debug mode would admittedly be probably pretty handy, but we are going to stay pure and not use it. I don't usually use it for building, to be fair, but I always remember to use it. I always think I should have used it in hindsight. I hate that. Sorry, I sometimes forget the directional keys don't actually give you the ability to control the menus. Right. Okay, see, Lizzie, I keep doing it. The controller key. Oh, don't do that. Don't be that guy. The controller is not as massively. To be fair, it's just, you shouldn't be playing with this controller. You noob. What's wrong with you? What do you think this is? Oh, fuck's sake. Wrong button. Right, up, up. Ooh, don't fall down. Don't fall down. Ah, oh god, I hate it so much. I'll use my keyboard for this bit. Sorry about the clackety clack. Because otherwise I'm going to keep falling down. Boom. So one thing, I saw this on Reddit actually. Which I thought was a really neat idea. God damn it, for fuck's sake. Is using these little kind of small posts here to make kind of almost extra ventilation. Oh, it's just too high enough. Feel my pain. I do that one. Come on. Oh, I hate you so much. Oh, god damn it. Get up, you prick. Ah. Feel my pain, please. I can do this from here. So placing things up high is not as... I imagine they'll make it a little bit more intuitive. But it's a little bit nightmarish. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build as much of this wall as I can. And then I'm going to kind of build the other one separately off camera up to a higher point. And that way you don't see me repeating the same stuff 4 or 5 times. Because I'm considerate like that. I mean, sort of. Moderately so. Right, so can I do this without going up my wee little obnoxious ramp again? I can, look at that. And again, we're basically doing the same thing we did with the first tier. So the 26 degrees, closely followed by the 45. However, in this side, we're also going to use some fancy supports here, just to make my life a little bit easier. I could even add some extra supports, to be honest, but I won't for now. Can I think this one I'm going to have to... Yeah, we'll have to go... Oh, wait, no. No, I will. Okay, up we go. Up we go again. Let's get some wood and repair our hammer while we're up there, otherwise I'm going to have to come down. You can tell things are about to break, by the way, because they'll kind of start flashing red when you place them. It's a bit of a... This game makes sense with its... I'm going to build another ladder. With its, you know, structural support. You can have some things which weirdly don't make sense, but for the most part, things do. It's my keyboard again with this part, I think. Otherwise, clackety-clack. So you can see where I placed that. It's yellow a little bit. Don't do that, guy. Sometimes it gives you false signals. See that red one there? Come on. Attaboy. Right, and I think that's... I'm actually going to add one there. And that one there. And... that one there. I might add it from the inside, actually. And that should be... Yes, perfect. You see, it's just on the center now. Cool. Right, so I'm going to disappear off, and I'm going to decorate. I'm going to build the rest of the wall, and then we'll start with the rest of the building. One more. Right, as you can see, so I built kind of the exact same roof section, but on the other side. So now we're going to add the cap. Wrong button again. One day I won't press the power button when navigating this menu for the first time, but that is not today. Evidently not now either. Now, one thing I don't do, because I don't really need to, is, because you can put a chimney on these. I'm going to have to use my keyboard for this, I think, otherwise I'm going to fall down. But because, one, because my hearth's in the back, and also because I have those vents to the side, I don't actually need a chimney. You can still add one, you know, for kind of aesthetics, but for the sake of what I'm doing, I'm not going to do that. Right, and while we're going down, I'll at least take out one side of... Actually, no, I'm going to leave those on just in case I need them while I'm doing shenanigans. Oh, I need to repair my hammer too. So as you can see, it's already looking pretty cool. I think that might actually look a little bit different than I did it before, so... Done it a little bit different. I knew I would. I knew I would. Try to remember every single thing I've done. Surprisingly challenging. I'll start breaking up those other logs in a wee sec too. Cool. Right, okay. So next piece is, as you can see, so it's looking pretty satisfying right now. I'm pleased with it. So let's begin. I'm going to begin the front, I think. What am I doing? I'm doing these bits. That stupid sun right in my bloody face. So the temptation was to make the front look a little bit... I was going to use the gate and like just have a, have a doorway rather. But the thing is, it's because the doorway is a little bit, like the little one we have, is a little bit too little. And the gate is maybe a little bit too big. I decided to, if you remember from the tour at the start, I've left it quite open. Which I do like. I would like to have a few more door options, though. I sort of justified it if you've ever played, like, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. The Longhouse and that, get in there, you bastard, is quite open. So, you know, at least assuming that's accurate, it sort of makes narrative sense. Oh, God, I'm fucking stupid. Oh, look at this. I'll use my keyboard for this part, actually. Screw it. It's easier. It's also significantly quicker as well. Let me know, actually, in the comments you got this far to the video. Should I stick with using a controller because it's quieter, or do you mind the keyboard? I'm just very conscious of how loud these keys are. Ooh, lag. Because I will be doing a lot more of these, so... Better get used to it, either way. Because this game's awesome. I'm pretty sure I can reach the top without having to do bugger all. Across one. Come on. Oh wait, no, maybe not. You know, I don't think, if I remember correctly, I don't think I went that. No, I don't. Let's try to remember whether I actually bothered having that part. Ah, you dickhead. I don't know if I had that part actually with those end pieces or not. I've probably done that on the outside actually. Don't fall down the hole. I'm actually going on the front. We'll do it from the inside. Plus that way I get to build at darkness a bit. So it's really weird building up. Sometimes it's a little bit temperamental. Sometimes you can kind of sort of be okay. Come on. Come on, be nice. Be nice to Davey. Oof, thank you. See, very lovely. Right, yeah, let's do a little bit. So let's do these supports because they're looking a little bit not really supported as I'd like. Yeah, I've definitely done this a little bit different this time. You know what? I'm okay with it. Because it's cool. And also demonstrates that you don't necessarily need to make the same thing every time. You can sort of just knob around. Come on. You know, sometimes when it does a little bit of temperamental, you can sort of force it to do what you want with some shenanigans. Those of you who are familiar with my Fallout 76 videos will know that I'm a big fan of build order. Build order is the secret word. You know, if I make that up a bit, actually, I can make it even better, can't I? Yeah, why do I do it that way? Even better, innit? Bump. Gorgeous. And that one there. Cool. Okie dokie, so like that. This is such a satisfying game to build. I think, to be honest, I mentioned in the last video, these posts, they're so fluid and you can do so much with them. It's just, it's so satisfying. Right, okay, so we're building inside. I'm just going to sort of build from the outside for a bit because it's still pretty light near the building, so it's fine. Actually, no, I will go inside because it's a bit dark. One mo, and we're back. So this should be the last day I need to do. It's taken a while, but not actually been, to be honest, too bad. So I've got a cross thing there. I think I have this one, didn't I? Or I'm going to have this one, so that's the end of that little discussion, isn't it? Come on, in you go there. In you go. Attaboy, come on. Come on, snatch the pun. There we go. So I like making, and I'm not the only one to be honest, just obtuse and just enjoyably complex, weird little entrances. Some people have clearly kind of, you know, brought up some Celtic designs and mimicked them, and honestly, that's something I will have to do at some point in the future. But for now, I sort of just kind of wing it. I blag it. A noble tradition. Oh, I'm missing one. No, it doesn't go that far. A noble tradition of blagging it. It's going to look a little bit different, I think, to the other one, but it's aight. It's fine. Pro tip, and similar with the walls, pillars look really good if you just have, like, mismatching angles. Unless, of course, it doesn't want to snap, because that would be just too easy, wouldn't it? Putana. Get in there, you jackass. See, mismatched angles look cool. I'll put some stairs this side as well. Wrong stairs. I could probably get rid of that stone one actually, but I'll leave it just in case I need to do some last minute shenanigans with the old thing. Right, that should snap up that easy now. Okay, I can't for the life remember what I did the first time I did this, so we're going to sort of make it up and do something else. Come on. We're going to do something different, basically, to what I did before. Because I can't remember the life of me remember what the pattern looked like. If I remember correctly, and I vaguely do, I had like a little bit of a... I didn't have a... Come on. Does not want to have any of this. Right, I'm going to quickly look at what my paste looked like. One more. I've consulted the oracles, and by that I mean my picture, and I remembered what I did now. So it's all good. Those were facing that way, basically. Boom. Like so. That was that way. Boom. It was that one. Yeah, man. Doesn't like me today. It is having a... There we go. Attaboy. Very good. That's still a little bit different, I think, actually, but at least this pattern works with the gap. So there we go. There's the first bit, and what we're going to do is we're going to have then a kind of sort of porch thing going on, and it just adds an extra level of depth to the front of the building, which is just... This is sort of like, in any way, if you look at a lot of people's structures, this sort of like the secret is having tiered entrances. They just look so satisfying. And also, even though I don't have a doorway, it sort of feels like a doorway, if you get my meaning. Which is always grand. Oh wait, no, I normally had the thing. I did. Now we'll change it down. So let's pop these bits here. That one there even. Even higher, do you think? Nah, we'll have it like this. So it's already really starting to pop, isn't it? It looks so good. And also, I'm now not depressed about the fact I didn't destroy it earlier. Because I was down when I did that. Okay. Who needs actual little fences when you can make your own little weird fences? Lovely jubbly. We'll actually just have that. I had some dinosaurs somewhere. Dinosaurs, dragons, but I'll Oh, I'm out of wood. I think I'm actually out of wood over here as well. But fortunately, we've got like 200 wood on the back. Oh, hello, treacle. Right, note to self, we're out of wood, but we're not actually out of wood. Because I ran out of spaces in my chest, so I've got loads back here. Right, okay. Cool, and let's just add, just to give it a nice wee pattern in the front there. So look at that already, it looks so satisfying. It's a cool little structure. It's a little bit different than before. What I'll probably do is after I finished kind of doing most of the building in this video, I'll disappear off and just sort of just tweak things. I need 15 stone if we're going to pop the hearth in, which we will do now. So I'm conscious of the time, but this will probably be a reasonably long video. However, something like this can't really practically be done very quickly, so we'll sort of have to put up with it. Lovely jubbly. Oop, let's not start that yet. Yeah, let's not burn myself. That would be not very cash money. I'm actually surprised I haven't been attacked by the swamp creatures yet. Genuinely surprised. Right, so how am I going to do this? Let's do the exact same thing I did before. Oh, actually, no, 45 degrees. So I like... Chimneys are almost an art in their own. Kind of, you have to be very conscious of getting airflow, but you want to have enough airflow that it can actually get out. Because what if it doesn't have enough? For example, a lot of people put the roof of the chimney too close to where the chimney actually, where the smoke actually hits. So what ends up happening is it hits the smoke, then some of it comes out, then the rest of it actually just goes straight back into your house, which is not very ideal, is it? Look at that. Oh, there's only 10 within that one. Or maybe there was more than 10, actually. Right, so what we need to do is another set of stairs. Because, like on the top of the roof, this is going to have... Ooh, oh, for fuck's sake. Life is cruel and unfair, that's what it is. I hate the fucking... Right, get there, you little shit. There we go. It doesn't look as pretty, but at least it stops me from falling on my arse, doesn't it? Now, this one we're going to make really high. Mainly because it looks nice. And also it means that there's definitely enough room for the old smoke to escape, which is important. But we're going to use the flatter roof just because I want to be awkward. Easy. No, not too easy because my head's in the way. So this will be great. I've already tested this out, so I know it works fine. Ooh, one of those pillars is off at an angle. Posts, rather. Beams. Lovely jubbly. Now, do we wanna... Yes, we do. Oh, we don't. So the back won't be as fancy in terms of the actual pattern, because it doesn't really need to be. But you can obviously add bits to it if you so inclined. There we go. There we go. That's well done. Lovely. Absolutely adorable chimney. Right, let's quickly patch up these holes. What I'll probably do, because there will be a little bit of patching I have to do, for example, just plugging gaps. Which, to be honest, I just use, like, I'll point them out, but I just use pillars. But so as not to just spend the last kind of few minutes of the video me just kind of plugging up the occasional hole with a pillar and stuff like that. What I'll do is I'll just quickly sort out this back bit, disappear off, do the finishing touches, and I'll give you lot another tour so you can remind yourself what it looks like. And you can then also just skip to the start of the video and see where I forgot things, which is so much stuff. I'll also probably go back actually and do some bits. There we go. Come here, you. Am I really? Well, I'll drop the stone here, won't I? Ah, I love it though. Love it. Oh, I've got loads of wood. Clearly, I didn't actually need all that extra wood that I thought I did. Which is always better to have more. More charcoal for me. Someone might have been pointed out, actually, that these gaps are really annoying. because you sort of are stuck with this not so... What, put it on a pillar? Yes, I do. Come on. Boop. And last but by no means least, I will use this because it'll look better. And then with this part, I guess I can do... Yeah, I'll do that. And then we'll add an extra pillar on. Oh, well, angle there. As long as the pattern works, I'm not usually too bothered with parts like this. Actually, I will show you this part because it's literally just going to take a second to do. So I'm going to hold down Shift so it doesn't snap. Okay, it shouldn't snap. Oh, I see, because it's trying to look away, that's why. And then same again. Because otherwise you have this really kind of obnoxious little... Right, there we go. So that blocks off the gap. What I'm going to do is disappear, fill off a couple of the gaps, tidy up a little bit, and add a couple of embellishments, and then we'll have the second tour. One more. So here we are. I made a couple of changes. So I realised that the entranceway, I've actually changed it. I actually checked my picture and just changed it back to how it originally was, because I realised you went for a 45 then straight to a 45, whereas instead it's a 45 to a 26, which looks a lot more organic and also suits the wee dragons at the side. Also, just pure accidentally, this hearth looks way better in this version than it did in the original version. The original, if you scroll to the start of the video, you'll see that it had just kind of like, it was a shape, but this actually has something of a Scandinavian pattern to it, which I really, really like. I'm really pleased with how this turned out. Actually, I've added a bit more decoration back in as well. I do need to start after this video, I'm going to go hunting for decorations. I do also believe my supports are a little bit different with this one. But yes, see, it's not too complex. Obviously, you know, you can probably gather already, this took me a lot of resources, and grinding it did take a wee while. And then generally, it's just kind of like planning the build takes a bit of time. But as you can see from this, I didn't exactly do the same stuff each time. And I'm still quite pleased with how it turned out. I'm probably going to add a few more bits. I think I can add a few more supports into the surface on the roof. There's some bits on the side I could add and just kind of like embellish it out even further. But overall, I'm pretty pleased. Stupid dandelions will not bugger off. But anyway, hope you guys liked that. Gave you a few ideas and a few tips on how you can put together your own longhouse and make something satisfying without, you know, investing a stupid amount of time or space. Or resources. Anyway, I love you all. As always, follow me on Twitter at norespawns. We'll have a Fallout 76 video either tomorrow or Wednesday, depends what drops on the Wii Atom Store. I will be streaming on the weekend, probably Sunday, and it's going to be Dead by Daylight with some friends. So it will just be a little bit of a multiplayer murder sesh, which should be grand. And maybe I'll do another Valheim video. I've got plans. Got to do a fancy gatehouse. I'm thinking of making fancier walls, because people who follow the channel for a long time know how much I love my walls. And maybe I'll try another portal, though this isn't technically my idea, so I do feel maybe a little bit against making a video on it. However, if people are interested, maybe I could at least quickly show how to make it. Anyway, as always, follow me on Twitter, enjoy the rest of your week, and all that jazz. You take care.